Now, what happens when you play Frostpunk 2 as a psychopath with one goal in mind? To choose the most horrifying option for your city 100% of the time? Well, things like this. Okay, I think there's only one reasonable solution here. We're gonna go ahead and start sterilizing criminals to make sure that they can no longer reproduce. We're also gonna pass this law that says we will assign people with new partners regularly to maximize childbirth. And I can't think of any downsides to this law. Okay, so they created a child market and started selling their children. For those of you who haven't played Frostpunk 2, it's a city building survival game where you play as the leader of one of the last remaining cities during a catastrophic worldwide sub-zero winter caused by a massive volcanic event. The newly added Fractured Utopia DLC is focused on the Utopia Builder mode and has added 2 new tales, Doomslayer and Plague, which add even more story building depth to the game. There are different political factions with differing visions of what the future should look like, which I'll be able to use to add to the chaos by inciting riots and sycophants and even civil wars. Surviving the storms that send the city into negative 90-degree weather is going to be difficult, but maintaining power while choosing the most horrifying option every time is definitely going to take some creativity. Will I be able to achieve one of the 8 utopias, or will our empire crumble under the weight of my imposed chaos? Today we'll find out. Thanks to the kind folks at 11-Bit Studios for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out this amazing city builder yourself, click the link in the description below. It's available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X and S. Now let's see how this civilization is going to react when a pure psychopath is leading them. Alright, in this playthrough what we're going to do is choose the most horrifying option every single time we're given one. The first thing we're going to have to do is build some housing for our population. We don't want them freezing to death, and we're also going to have to break this ice to free that coal so that we can get to it with our industrial machines. We're going to build an academy so we can research things that are going to horrify people, and we're going to build a council so that we can enact laws that are further going to horrify them. Oh look, it's time for our first council meeting. I wonder what fun law we'll enact today. Looks like we can make people work after they get off of work, and the only way that they can get out of work after work is by paying us more money to get out of work. What's this? Little Sally's getting into trouble? That tells me one thing. She's got too much free time, which means it's time to send her into the mines with her father. So let's put it up to a vote. And the people are surprisingly for this idea. The older generation is selling out the younger generation. I guess that's just like politics today. This parent says they don't want their child going into the mines, which is kind of cute. It's almost like they think this is the worst thing that's going to happen to them today. Alfred, can you put out an announcement making sure the parents know to put their kids into the most dangerous parts of the coal mine?
Don't shield your apprentice from the dangerous aspects of your job. This is how they learn.
Thanks, Alfred. That was perfect. And there's only one thing left in this world that still brings these people any semblance of joy, and that's warmth. So what we're going to do is take that away from them and then sell it to them. Hey look, apparently I've got fans, and they've formed their own political faction called the Ventures. Apparently these people believe that cutthroat decisions are necessary to survive in this world, and so they love me. And as a result, the Menders have also formed in opposition to the Ventures, basically believing the complete opposite of what the Ventures believe in. So basically the Menders are anti-merit, which I really doubt they're gonna like, especially since they're anti-currency, which tells me that they're probably poor. So it's probably gonna be easy to stir up chaos between these diametrically opposed groups. On an interesting note, these incredibly harsh laws have resulted in excellent growth for the city, but we are going to need to do something about our food and material supply. People are asking for clarification on basic necessities. Should people have to buy their basic necessities, or should they be given out to them for free? So we're going to go ahead and put a law in place that says absolutely no handouts whatsoever, with no exceptions. And as predicted, this has really upset the Menders. It looks like this law has resulted in the unemployed people going hungry, and they're asking if we can have some leniency and perhaps make an exception for the people in need. The only regret I have here is that it only lets me click no once. Then we see one of the fathers say, "Get up, son, it's time to get a haircut and find a job." And judging by the way the dad said that, it sounds like this kid should have been working a long time ago. And to that their son responds, "This is bollocks, man. Work is so passé," which by the way means out of fashion, so I'm not really feeling too bad for him right now. And apparently the Ventures can't get enough of me, so they're rallying in the street in my honor. Then we were hit with a massive whiteout storm, which we easily handled. It's looking like having zero empathy for your people is actually resulting in incredible efficiencies. All it's costing them is their childhoods and their happiness. Then it was brought to my attention that we're paying the lazy people the same as we're paying the hardworking people, so we went ahead and put a law into effect that paid people based on performance. The only problem that I have with this picture is that he started too late. My explorers discovered crates of tea out in the frost and asked if we should distribute it evenly. That's adorable. Of course I said no, we're going to be auctioning that off to the highest bidder. And then to my surprise, the Menders fell in love with me, which I still can't explain. And on top of that, absolutely every political faction was incredibly happy with me, and all I've been doing is choosing the most horrifying options possible the entire playthrough. My guess is that this is the result of everyone being kept so warm and all of our supplies being so plentiful because of all of the horrifying rules that I've been enacting. I've also been sending tons of people out to explore, which I haven't really touched on because there's not anything truly horrible I can do here. This is one heck of a whiteout that we're going through right now. It's got us at negative 90 degrees Celsius, so it's beyond freezing right now. I'm definitely getting low on oil, so oh man, something horrible just happened. What happened? Every single building is without heat right now. This is definitely something that will turn people against me if I don't sort this out really fast. What happened? Oh no, we ran out of fuel completely. Oh, thank God, the whiteout ended just in time. But that whiteout wasn't without its damage. We've definitely taken a hit to our trust from the population. And if your trust falls too low for too long, the people in your civilization will remove you from power and you lose the game. Oh look, the Menders are proposing mandatory unions. We can't have people thinking they have a say in what goes on around here, so I'm definitely going to decline that option. Meanwhile, the Ventures are celebrating my name and my laws all over the city. But we have one huge problem. We need more workers. So I'm going to pass this law that says that with our species on the brink of extinction, we will assign people with new partners regularly to maximize childbirth. And I can't think of any reason why people wouldn't like this. Well, I hadn't anticipated that. This lonely man is just hoping he gets someone with a pretty face. So I'm pretty sure I just made a fan for life.
Relationship rotation day is coming. Please conclude all outstanding matters with your current partner.
I'm wondering how people are going to react to that one. Oh look, the Menders are violently protesting in the streets. Looks like we need a new law to prevent that from happening again. And basically the law that we're proposing is to be able to deport to the Frostland anyone to be found guilty of committing any crime. This is essentially a death sentence, but with a chance they'll be able to work off their time out there. For this one, we'll have to negotiate because we are going to need to buy these people off in order to get their vote, as they're probably worried that they might be next. And just like in real life, buying votes works. And this person asked, do kids have to go as well? I wish they could stay. What a stupid question. Of course the kids have to go as well. And surprisingly, it turns out some people are unhappy with the forced rotation of their romantic partners and are asking for us to loosen the rules on this. Of course, we will be declining, and I'm sure there won't be any significant problems with that. Oh look, two lovers from a previous rotation who refused to move on jumped from a bridge in what appears to be a double unaliving. I see. Okay, I think there's only one reasonable solution here. We're gonna go ahead and start sterilizing criminals to make sure that they can no longer reproduce. So for some reason, my trust is now at an all-time low and people are rioting on the streets, but I think I know the solution. It's time for a new law. We're gonna go ahead and propose guard enforcers, which allows me to deploy squads of well-trained and well-equipped guards to put down disruptions and otherwise keep the peace. So we'll go ahead and put that up for a vote, and...
The delegates have spoken. The law is tabled.
Wait, why would they reject one of my proposals? I've been such a good leader. Mothers have begun selling their children. I see. It appears the Menders are preparing for war. They wouldn't dare. Sir, the Menders have taken control of and burned down the extraction district. Oh, well, that wasn't so bad. And one of the Menders has stabbed a speaker of Ventures to death. At the exact moment, hands of Menders stormed several districts in the city. The city's now on the brink of chaos. Could it be that these people don't like some of my decisions? Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go ahead and unilaterally decide to make myself the captain of this place. My first act as captain will be to secure my rule and to enforce peace, no matter what it takes. But before we can give them peace, we need to make sure they want it bad enough to give me anything. You see, the more out of control everything gets, the more willing they are to give up everything to get back to normal. 55 Menders died in a recent battle. This will eventually lead to one side slaughtering the other. Surely that's not my fault. Next, I think we're going to go ahead and pass a law that allows me to massively grow the size of my military. And we'll go ahead and use that military to forcefully quell the enemy and forcefully create peace through violence. Steward, the situation is getting out of hand. Officers of the guards are urging you to take control without delay. Now is not the time for sterile debates and half measures. Now's the time for a new captain to rise and save the city. Our men stand at the ready, said one of the leaders. Oh, so they want me to perform a coup d'etat. I honestly don't know why I didn't come up with that idea myself. Okay, while we vote on whether my guard should be able to employ any means necessary, however extreme, to catch and neutralize criminals, I want you all to just ignore my military that's standing in the room with us. Pretend like them and their guns aren't even here. Oh wow, 100% of you guys decided to agree with me. Finally, things are starting to go smoothly. Captain, the Menders have stormed Adventure's hideout, spreading the war to a new district. They set the building on fire to force them out before ruthlessly beating them. The Ventures had to retreat, leaving many of their own behind. Now the Ventures are begging you to help them free the captives. They're not fighters. Some of them are children or elderly, pleaded a man whose family is held captive. We're going to go ahead and send guards to free the captives. It says there will be casualties, but that sounds like not my problem. Now, while I have complete control of everything, I just wanted to run a few ideas by you guys, starting with this one here, which allows me to basically pass any law that I want. Oh man, that's really nice of you guys. And since we're all in the same room already, I'm going to go ahead and call an emergency meeting and put up a vote for the Bureau of Propaganda. This is just going to make sure that we're all on the same page and everyone knows the truth about what's going on. Let's just go ahead and put that up for a vote while my officers are in the room keeping us all nice and safe here.
Oh, every single one of you agreed. Wow, that's very kind.
That really says a lot about your faith in me, thank you. I wonder if the Menders are ever going to notice that I have no intention of keeping my promises to them. Captain, the Menders are furious with you for failing once again to make good on your word. Convinced that you're playing them for fools, their leaders have sent notice that they're no longer willing to engage in fruitless negotiations. Should you wish to reestablish communications, you will have to drastically change their opinion of you. I'm gonna pass. Oh hey, it looks like there's some mostly peaceful protests going on over here. That's nice.
I just was wondering if we should maybe have another vote. I was thinking about passing a vote on the secret police, but you know, I don't want to do anything without your guys' approval, so I just wanted to run it by you. Let's go ahead and put this up to a vote. Yeah, it's totally up to you guys. I mean, you can vote for it or against. It's totally up to you guys here. We're gonna go ahead and put this up to a vote. We need to see. Oh, 100%. Wow.
I promise to only use the secret police for good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and assign the secret police to the Menders, and we're going to use it to secretly decrease the size of their party. Oh no, your guys' party is only 7% of the population now. What happened? Captain, the guards have begun their task of enforcing your rule throughout the city. All civil rights have been suspended. No warrants or probable cause tie your guards' hands. Anyone opposing your ascendancy is quickly dealt with. The fighting will end soon. Peace will be in hand. Aw, isn't that nice? That's really nice. Now, it would appear that I'm running out of time to reduce the tension, but I'm the captain and I answer to no one. Captain, the guards have finished their task. All fighting has been quelled. All recognize your absolute rule. Yet, the hatred that led to the war remains. Fighting will break out again unless we separate the radicals from the upstanding citizens. We must physically separate the warring factions by placing one or both of them in special monitored enclaves. Ooh, super prisons for everyone that doesn't like me. Sounds perfect. I think everything's going really well now. All of our resource values are looking great. All of the homes are nice and cool and air conditioned. So let's go ahead and put all of the Ventures over here in this super mega prison. And let's put all of the Mentors over here in this super mega prison. One box, that's all we're allowed to bring to the Enclave. My entire life has to fit nicely into one box. And the worst of it is I look around and I see every adult, every supposed leader quietly obeying. It's great that the whole community is finally coming together and everyone's getting along. So my psychopathic leader got a happy ending, right? Well, not quite. So it says, the rioting machinists and merchants stormed the council, setting the building on fire and tearing apart any delegate they can find. Tensions between communities rose to a level where there was no going back. No one could force them to stand down. Your time as captain is over. So what this playthrough told me is that the complete psychopath playthrough is a totally viable option in Frostpunk 2 because things are so bad that people are willing to accept extreme measures for the chance at surviving. And I'm pretty sure if I would have played a little more carefully, I would have actually been able to beat this playthrough. But what did you think about this playthrough? Did you expect this game to give you that many options when you're playing, especially that many degenerate options? I found it to be really interesting that the options were there and that the people were so desperate that a lot of times they were as well received as they were. And don't forget, if Frostpunk looks fun to you, I had a blast with it. Be sure to click the link down in the description below to check it out for yourself. It's available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X and S. And if you thought this game looked cool, be sure to check out the rest of 11-Bit Studios games at 11bitstudios.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. I had a ton of fun with this one, and I hope you did too. If you're not sure what to do next, maybe check out one of the videos popping up on screen right now. And I hope to see you in the next one.